Hey everybody, this is Jonathan Jameson with Mortgage Specialist to bring you your Mortgage Matters in Minutes live today. This is fairly unrehearsed and this is my first time, so I'm sure that I'll say something silly and you'll get a good laugh. So our topic today is how do lenders verify income? And again, a lot of these items can be found on our website in case you need to get some more information on any of this. But today we're going to go over the documents that are usually needed to get to underwriting, and the underwriters are going to require certain documents, and the mortgage industry is highly regulated, so we are going to need specific items on these documents. So the income documentation is fairly standard for Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, which just means the ability to get those 30-year low-interest home loans. So the two types of documentation and the two types of income that we are going to focus on today are W-2 and self-employed. I'm also going to touch on rental income a little bit. So for W-2 income, we need a pay stub, and we can also request a verification of income directly from the employer, or sometimes we need both. So the verification of income is often called a verification of employment or verification of employment with income. It's got many names, but it's the same document. It's a standard Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac document. That will have, hopefully if it's filled out correctly, that will have all the information that we need that we're looking for. As far as the pay stub, we need that to have the employer's name, the employee's name that is clearly identified as the employee, as well as dates covered by the pay stub and the date the check was issued. We also need a breakdown of all current and year-to-date earnings and deductions. And what this means is, say you get base income, paid time off, sick leave, floating holidays, all that kind of stuff needs to be broken down. Mostly for just to verify that it's not including something that we can't use and or something that we need a 2-year history on, like bonus, overtime, or commission. So if we're going to be able to use that income, we need to have a 2-year history of it. In these cases, we will usually initially up front ask for the last pay stub from the previous 2 years. And once we get it to underwriting, they're going to require us to verify that with a verification of employment/income. That's really it for the W-2 employee. It's fairly simple and straightforward. The self-employed income documentation requirements are much muddier. So we need a 2-year history, including 2 years of tax returns for a self-employed person. And often when we say that, we get the question, well, what items do you need, or what pieces of my tax returns do you want? And it's fairly simple, even though it's a lot, but we need all federal schedules and statements for personal and, if applicable, the business returns. We don't need the state returns at all from the business or the personal returns, so you can ignore your state returns when you're sending those. Sometimes they're grouped together. Usually if you just send us everything, we can sift through it, so it's not a big deal. And just keep in mind that we calculate this income mostly based off of your net income. There are certain things that we can add back, but it's mainly from the net income. So many individuals will have self-employed income earnings on a Schedule C. Others will have Schedule E, which would be a partnership or corporation. If that is the case, then we do need additional items. So first we would ask for a K1 statement, which is what it's called. If you're getting income from a partnership or corporation, obviously that is not a part of the Schedule C. And if that person on that K1, it will state their percentage of ownership. So if they're 25% or more owner, then they are considered to be self-employed where we need the business tax returns, and again, just the federal business tax returns, not the state. Beyond that, Schedule E will also have any kind of rental property income as well as expenses on it. Typically, we need at least 1 year of the rental income via the tax returns. This is not so much for our clients' use of income solely. Usually we have clients that will have a job and then have a certain income from their rental home where we at minimum can offset the payment of their mortgage on that property. We don't often have clients that solely have income from their rental properties. It can happen, but we don't see that a whole lot. Just so you know, as far as updates go on COVID, this won't be on our specific blog for this, but it might be on one of our updates. So since COVID, self-employed individuals not only need what we just talked about as far as documentation, but they also all need a year-to-date profit and loss, as well as 3 months of business bank statements. So the profit and loss is going to be used to show that the income for the self-employed person is not declining significantly, at least. And then the bank statements will verify the income for the last 3 months. And these two items are just to verify that we can use the income from the past. So we won't calculate income from these documents, from the year-to-date profit and loss or the business bank statements. They're just used to verify that everything is going smoothly and forward and, again, not declining. That's the main reason we need those. And hopefully we do get a lot of questions about how, maybe not questions, but it's a point of contention for individuals that make a certain amount of money but show something different on their tax returns, or even the other way around. Some people will submit applications with net income for a W-2 client as opposed to gross, where we use the gross for the W-2 client so we can actually possibly get them approved for something that they would like above and beyond what they need, if that's a necessity for them. So hopefully down the road, we will do another blog on how we calculate income, but we're just focusing on documentation for today. So check out these blogs and others on our website. It's www.mtg-specialist.com, or you can call and ask us specific questions pertaining to your situation. It is 402-991-5153. I hope everybody has a fun and safe Halloween. And again, if you need anything, just let us know. Thanks, everybody.
Mortgage Specialists. Driven, trusted, reliable.